Good morning. Okay, I promised y'all yesterday that I was going to do 31 days of coaching. Started yesterday. I did not commit to any certain time because my days are that nuts. So I said, I'm going to get on, but I'm going to do it every day, right? So this morning I got up and have not gotten ready yet. I haven't done anything yet except got my coffee ready. But I want to talk today about you got to do the hard things first. You've got to do the hard things first. Now, it's 6:44 a.m. in Belton, Texas. And what's funny is that I used to do a show. I did it for like 2 years. It was called 15 Minutes of Fierce. And it was at 6:45 a.m., 5 days a week. And I did it for over a year because I told myself I was going to do a show to help people start their mornings. And I am a super big morning person, y'all. Super big. I end up waking up and I wake up about 4 a.m. and I start thinking about all the things I have to get done that day. So right now, a couple things on my hot button are, number one, I've got to renew my real estate license. And it's got to be done by January 31st. So I've got to take 18 hours, not a super big deal, but it's a deal. It's a thing I've got to get done. I want to get my coaching program done for this month. I want to be able to go out there and I want to be able to talk to people, and especially my team. I've got such a big team now. And so it's hard to get onto a platform or somewhere where I can put content that people see, except that they tend to watch my social media. So I thought, okay, for the next 31 days, starting yesterday, I'm going to start talking to my team on my social media page. Why not, right? Because I know that they're going to dig into it. So anyway, so that's kind of why I started this, but then I want to talk to everybody else too. So this morning we're going to talk about doing the hard things first. And that means when you wake up in the morning, what are the hardest things you have to do? So I'm going to Pilates at 8:30 a.m. So I've got to leave here by 8 a.m. It's about 40 degrees here right now. It is freezing. I have not had my coffee yet. Oh my gosh. So I'm probably not going to be as sharp as I usually am. So think about what the hard things are to do. I talked yesterday about the fact that my team broke $1 billion on Sunday. And I'm so proud of you guys because it's been a year of challenges. And it's been a year that, a lot of people quit. A lot of people quit. A lot of people threw in the towel. People said, this isn't easy. This game's not easy, so I'm not going to play it anymore. But those of you that stuck in the game, whether you're in mortgage, you're in title, you're in insurance, if you stuck in any game in 2025, you're a winner. And anything that you've set your mind to do, goals that you've made in life, and if you have stuck with your goals and your game and your business and your dreams, then you are winning. You are somebody that wins. You're somebody that doesn't quit. And if you've done well in 2025 and you didn't quit, I'm here to tell you, you're going to kick it in the butt in 2026. 2026 is going to be a better year. It just is. The forecasts are telling us that. The economic indicators are telling us that. And so you stuck in it this year. You did it. You didn't quit. You still produced. You still played the game at a very high level. And that is something you should be really, really proud of. God, I'm noticing I don't have any makeup on, y'all. I don't have any lipstick on either. And I'm like, oh my God, I've got no lipstick on. But I used to do this show, like I said, every morning at 6:45 on Facebook Live. I was living in my old house then. So it was at least 5 years ago. And I built one of the greatest communities. I met some of the greatest people that are still friends today that would get up with me and be on that show at 6:45 a.m. And that's early. But you know what? I call early people committed people. See, you're committed to do the hard things first. And when you do the hard things first, the rest of the day comes easy. So what's a hard thing? Getting up when it's 40 degrees, like I did. And I'm still sniffling because I haven't had I've had literally one sip of coffee. One sip of my coffee. And yes, so I put in 12 and 8. So I put in 20 ounces of coffee into my coffee mug. I'll drink this and then I'll drink another one for 8 ounces. So that's 28 ounces in the morning. I won't lie to you. I need it. Okay. So the hard thing first, 40 degrees outside. Last thing I want to do right now is go put my hair in a ponytail, go put my workout clothes on and get in my car and go drive. Like, do not want to do that, but I'm going to, because see, if I don't tackle the hard things first, I will make excuses throughout the rest of the day. I know that about myself. But when, I'm not saying if, when I go get ready, I get my hair in a ponytail, I go get dressed, and I get into my car, and it'll probably be 44 degrees by then, okay? And I go and I knock out my Pilates class, and I'm in it, like the advanced classes, and I go knock that out, and I'm home by 9:30. Like, the day's just begun. I did the hard thing first. I'll come home, I'll get ready, I'll put my makeup on. I woke up with my hair like this. So the good thing about my hair is I only have to wash it like every other day. So this is day 2. So, day 2, it holds from day 1. So that's a good thing. So, I'll just take a quick shower. I'll get ready. I'll get my makeup on. I'll get to the office. I've got to knock out. So part of my plan is that I'm not going to go into the new year being in a deficit when it comes to my hours for real estate. So I need to knock out 18 hours. So I've already put that on my time block. So I'm going to do 3 hours a day for 6 days. Is that right? Yeah, I've not had my coffee yet. Yeah, 3 hours a day for 6 days. So I'm going to knock out my real estate courses so that I can continue to stay licensed, so I can continue to serve all of you, my clients, my team, all of that. Not a big deal. All right, so I'm going to have that knocked out by the 15th of the month. And how, and then there's another huge program today that Elena Cardone and I are launching, that I've got a meeting on at 2:00 today. And so, there's a lot to do today. So I've got to do the hard stuff first, because I'll tell you the thing that I will not do, because I always disappoint myself, is if I tell myself I'll work out at night. I won't do it. Last night I had a class scheduled for Pilates, and it's not that I'm tired at the end of the day. I'm really not. It's just I won't do it. I mentally have to do the hard things first. And then I'm telling you, I get so much done in a day because I'm like, dang, by noon, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this, I've done that. And like I said, to me, the hardest thing in my day to day is just going and getting ready and walking out in 40-degree weather to go work out. I'll leave here about 7:15. It's 6:51 a.m. Central Time right now. That'll be the hardest thing in my mind that I do today. The rest of it, it's just what I do. I love what I do. I love talking to people. I love talking to my team. I love training people. I love having conversations. I love negotiating deals. I love to do all that. That to me is not work. That's my passion. That's what I love to do. That's what I'm built for. But I'm not built for 40-degree weather and getting up first thing in the morning and going to work out. I would rather do about anything, like stay in bed. My husband is not an early morning person at all. He can't do it. But he's also somebody who can work out at night. I can't do that. I will, but it's not optimal for me. It's not optimal for me. So I'd love to know, especially as we catch people on the replays and stuff, what are the hard things that you do first thing in the morning? What are the hard things that you just get off of your plate? When I promise you with everything that I know and that I am, that if you will do the hard things first, you will be more productive all day long, every single day. You just will. It will change your life. I was not always that person, but as I learned to lead other people, and I really studied, and I spent a lot of time studying productivity. I spent a lot of that time when I was co-writing the book, Crushing Mediocrity with Renee. And we were looking at, why are people mediocre? What are the traits of mediocrity? And one of the things that we came upon in our studies was lack of productivity. It isn't that you can't do it. Everybody can get up and do it. It's that you won't do it, and that you start making excuses as to why you won't do it. And the biggest excuse for me this morning is, like my little sign says, baby, it's cold outside. Okay. Yes, I've decorated for Christmas, as you guys can see. My sweet daughter came over and helped me Sunday with that. I keep thinking it's Monday, but it's Tuesday. So that's one of the reasons we fail, is because we make excuses in our mind. And I've done it. it's like, oh, I'm not going to work out this morning because it's 40 degrees. I'll go tonight because it'll probably be more like 55 degrees and I'll already be ready and I can go. And I've just screwed my whole day. If I do that, if I cower to that excuse, I'll make excuses the rest of the day. Do the hard things first. This is day 2 of my coaching program that I've committed to come for 31 days. Just like I used to do my show, 15 Minutes of Fierce. And I did it 6:45 in the morning, 5 days a week. And I did it for a year because I told myself I would do it for a year. But if you do the hard things first, the easy things are easy. If you do the hard things first, you will get more done in a day. People ask me also, how do I get so much done in a day? When you've got a team and an organization the size of mine, I've got people all day long. Lisa, what about this? Calling me, all of it, right? All of it. And I personally still produce real estate. I still sell at a very high level. And why do I do that? People ask me that too. Why do you still sell? And, I do it because I believe you have to lead by example. I want to be out there in the field selling real estate so that when I'm talking to my organization or I'm speaking in the industry, that I have firsthand knowledge. What makes me crazier than somebody out there telling other people how to do it? I'll tell you what, insane it makes me is when they're not still doing it. I'm like, am I really going to listen to you? Are you really going to become my coach or my guru if you're not out doing the job? Or if you did it a long time ago? I don't know. And so that's a me thing. It may not be a you thing. And, so that's why I look at my good friend, Grant Cardone. Like, I listen to the guy. Why? He's still out making moves. He's still out doing big deals. He's still out, doing what you do to be a billionaire. He didn't just do it, write a book, and then sit back on his laurels. And I never want to be that person. So I personally love to sell real estate. I'd rather nothing more than I love the art of the deal. Art of the deal, negotiating the deal, getting the yes, getting the contract, getting to the closing table, celebrating with my clients when a hard deal has been fought out. And they've been hard deals this year, y'all. There's been nothing easy about real estate in 2025. It's not for sissies. Real estate, mortgages, insurance, title, none of it's for sissies. You have a lot of people and not a lot of transactions going on. So the war is real. The war is real. But I absolutely love the battle. But I do think that makes me authentic in what I do when I'm out telling people and recruiting people and bringing people into our organization. I believe that it makes me, what am I looking for? I was going to use authentic. So do the hard things first. That's what I want to tell you today. That is my day 2, December 2nd at 6:57 in the morning. My coaching advice for the day is to do the hard things first. Then you'll get a lot more done during the day. I promise you. I want every one of you to get into some sort of workout routine, some sort of habit. Like, our bodies have to move. For our bodies to move, by our bodies moving, it oxidizes our brain, right? It brings oxygen to our brain. It gives us more brain cells. This doesn't hurt either. A little cup of coffee never sucks. Then for productivity, okay? So doing the hard things first helps with productivity because it helps your brain get going. It sets your mind frame for the fact that I will not make excuses, 0 days off. Here's what I'm going to do, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then you've got to do time blocking. You have to block out what you need to get done. And you've got to set goals for yourself. And they don't need to just be work goals, okay? Like, I've got a few projects I have to get finished in 2025. I've got to finish this project Elena Cardone and I are on right now that I've got the 2:00 meeting on. We hired a big company for agent attraction stuff. I've got to get that thing out and launched. It's got to get done. It's got to get done today. Number 2, I've got to get my license renewed. I've got 18 hours I have to get done prior to December 31st. Well, I'm not going to go into the new year having that hang over my head. Do the hard things first. So I've told myself, okay, I'm going to get it done by December 15th. Then I'm not thinking about it anymore. I mean, that's my livelihood. That's no joke. You got to take your continuing education classes. So I'm going to get it done by December 15th. How do I do that? I look at my calendar. I'm like, okay, I'm going to take 3 hours, 6 days a week. 3 hours for 6 days. And then I'm going to knock out the 18 hours. And then I'm not going to think about that anymore. It's not going to be in my head. It's not going to be in. It gives me more room, more space to think about how we are going to dominate in 2026. My team, my organization. Oh, and then the other thing I announced yesterday is once we hit the $1 billion, I put a stretch goal in place. And I literally had people text me and said, you are crazy. Hey, Tiff. You're crazy. There's just no way that, that you guys can do 200 million. Your team or organization can do 200 million between now and December 31st. I'm like, well, okay, I'm pretty much not going to take your call the rest of the month, but anything can be done. That's my stretch goal. That's where I want to be. That's where I'm going. So that's how I'm going to use my time, is to figure out how do we eke another 200 million out so we can close at $1.2 billion. It's a trophy. It's a trophy for me as the leader. It's a trophy for my team, for my organization, for every single agent. There's my alarm. For every single agent is in our organization. They get to have the bragging rights that they're on $1 billion team. If you're out there and you're buying real estate and you're not in the real estate business, ask your realtor, what did their organization do in 2025? What did they do in 2025? People want to hire people that win. We need to win. So I'm thinking about that. How are we going to do that? So like all the things, because I want to go into the holidays, meaning Christmas, I want to go into it with everything checked off my list. And that's how you start enjoying the days off, where the days off don't become just another day. They can become almost a celebration. All right, guys, so I'm going to jump off. I've done a little over my 15 minutes, but I'm going to leave you with, if you're just catching the replay, start with the hard things first every single day. For me today, that's 40 something degrees, going to get in my car, to go work out, come back here, get ready, and then start my day crushing goals. And you got to have goals every single day. And once you have your goals every single day, then you've got to have a game plan. You've got to have a strategy, which I think I'll talk about strategy tomorrow. But you've got to have a strategy to execute on the goals, because goals are great. You can write them on a piece of paper. You can make a vision board, like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I've never been a big vision board person, so I'm not knocking it. I've never tried it, really, to be honest. But what I do have is I have goals. And I tell myself, this is the goal we have to hit. And I monitor the goals daily, weekly, weekly, monthly. I do all that. But I monitor everything daily. I look at it every single day. Talked about the app on my phone yesterday from EXP. I can look at everything everybody's doing every single day. That is such power for me. I can see where our deficits are. I can see what we need to do. I can see where we're short. I can see where we're winning. I can adjust the plan. I can adjust the messaging. I can adjust the strategy, because I can see what is happening live. And if you are leading a team of any sort in any industry, and you are not watching your stats every single day, every single hour, then you're never going to hit heightened levels of success. You might succeed, but you're not going to get your team where they deserve to be. See, every leader out there, your team deserves to win under your leadership. And that doesn't just happen. So love you guys. Wake up early. Do the hard things first. I'll see you tomorrow.